Good morning, Kevin here. And where am I today? Well, first of all, I'm squinting into the sunlight because the sunlight's just away to my left hand side. Well, I'm in Liss in Hampshire and I'm outside of St Marys of Liss. It's the Diocese of Portsmouth and it's a parish church of St Marys of Liss, and just got this walkway, this sort of drive or path into the church. And when you look online for any information about St Mary's, there's none. There's no information whatsoever. So this is going to be definitely say it as I see it. Well, as you can see, we're at the east end of the church, and stone built buttresses on this east end. We've got two little, which are probably chapels there to our right hand side. Got a sign there that says parish office and entrance. We've got a cross here in the wall, very, very tall. Let's have a wander around and see what we've got here. It's quite a biggish, sprawling cemetery, as you can probably see here. Let me just have a wander up around this way. Got a big doorway here. This is on the north side. Leaded light windows, and we've got a Norman square tower there. I'll try and back away in a minute so I can get a better shot of the church, but I'm right up close to it, and I'm going to go across into the cemetery now. Trying to avoid walking on the graves that are here. Lots of them are covered with grass. Let me just turn and see if I can show you a bit better the church as it is. It's a very, very long church from east to west. The sun's streaming over the tower as I back away. Let me just try and get up into this corner here to give you a much better view. It's very difficult to keep the camera on the church and manoeuvre my way between all these headstones and graves, but that's a better view from here. As you can see, everything is stone built. We've got on this north side, it looks like a north aisle. We'll find out when we get inside. We've got a single bell up there towards the east end of the church. It's quite, as I say, quite a big cemetery. As I work my way around a little bit further towards the west end, and I've got to be careful here because, as you can see, some of these graves are actually hidden. The edges, where they've got stone or concrete edging, are actually hidden by the grass. That's it. I'm right at the sort of northwest corner of the church at the moment. As I'm walking round the churchyard of St Mary's, I've noticed that there are some Commonwealth war graves. That's Lieutenant Zambra, the Royal Fusiliers, just there, and I think just here this might be another one. I'm not sure. Let me just have a wander around and see what I can pick up here. Let's just have a look. Yes, that's another one. Hampshire Regiment. Mr. Cottrell. And then we've got another one here. Pilot Officer. D.J.H. Beaton, Pilot, Royal Air Force. Age 22. And he died 12th of August 1942. So, very young man. to have lost his life. So let's just continue our walk round St Mary's. I'm right at the west end of the church now, right in front of the tower. And let me just tilt the camera up. Very, very long window on the west end. And there we've got the full length of the tower. Right, let's go in and have a look inside. Fairly modern looking doors. And as soon as you come into the church, you're impressed by the scale of the church inside. Huge, high ceilings with incredible timbers in the roof. And I'm in the nave now. And you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arches either side of the nave. Just over here in the corner is this rather impressive looking font. All I can say is it's stone with these look like marble pillars on them. As I mentioned earlier at the start of the video, that I couldn't find any information about this church at all, which is rather unusual. Just there, that's the underneath the bell tower. We've got a rather impressive looking ceiling, painted ceiling. And I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 8 sallies coming down there. But as you can see, this huge arch going into the bell tower. The walls are all painted. As I swing round to walk down the centre of the nave, looking directly towards the chancel. This all looks very modern to me. The wood is oak, which is unusual. We have the memorial to the late Queen Elizabeth II, who's, as you all know, has sadly passed away recently. Such a loss, such a tragedy for the country. But Queen Elizabeth was 96 years of age, but she died in Balmoral, which is, as we all know, is one of her favourite places to be, and she goes there every summer. And she just asked the new Prime Minister to form a government, but something to deal with for the new Prime Minister is the death of our monarch. But we've now got King Charles III on the throne. Hopefully things will continue and he will thrive. But here we are at the east end of the church, looking at the stained glass window and a beautiful back piece to the altar. We've got 4 pillars, 2 either side of the altar, and then we've got the eagle there, which is where the vicar would stand. Up here is a gallery, a raised gallery with chairs in. And there's the sally just there for the single bell that's just above the part between the chancel and the nave. We've got what is probably a ladies' chapel to our right hand side here. just here with this lovely framework of wood coming round. Just a tiny little chapel. And just here we've got the memorial for the First World War of the men that died fighting for the freedom of everybody. Here we've got a double piano. We've got a piano there, and this is the organ. I'm assuming no organ pipes. So I'm in the south aisle now, which is where the font and the pianos are. Substantial timbers in the roof. And just across the way is the north aisle, which is a mirror image of the south aisle. Again, as I mentioned about the timbers up in the roof here. So there's very few plaques on the wall. Very few indeed. It's just about probably 3 or 4 that I can see. But the chancel is huge. And this is just a small parish church. Beautifully done, beautifully light, with the light streaming through the windows. And we've got the stained glass windows and plain windows along the north aisle and the south aisle. But above, we've got 6 windows either side of the chancel. So the light is streaming through. As I mentioned earlier on, the west end, the great big tall leaded window that's there, not a stained glass window. But no pews either, all individual seats or chairs, which is rather interesting, very unusual. But I would love to try and find out some of the history of this place. Well, I've finished looking around St Marys of Liss now, and I'm going to head off. I'm going to go and meet a friend of mine, Mark English, and we're going to have lunch together, which I'm looking forward to. So anyhow, this will be Kevin from St Marys in Liss saying bye-bye, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.
If you've enjoyed this video on Kevin's Rambles YouTube channel, why not give him a subscribe and a like and comment on his videos? It'd be very much appreciated.